Okay.
Okay, we're live. Hello,
Hey,
everyone. Yeah, we're live. I'm here with Sascha. I hope there's people that tuned in. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lorna Hartley, and I'm a certified primal health coach working here in Canmore. Been living here for about 30 years, and I have 5 boys. So 5 children. I've owned various different restaurants in town and also a gym. Not various restaurants, one restaurant. And a gym in town for a while where I was a personal trainer. So now I am a stay-at-home mom. I only have 2 kids home right now. Most of them are adults. The 4 boys are adults, and I have 1 10-year-old. And I thought I would start a series of like-minded people that contribute to their community and do good and want sincerely to spread the word of health, wellness, and offer inspiration. And when I thought about that, I started writing a list. And one of my persons on that list was Sascha. So so I reached out to Sascha, and she graciously accepted to do improv live for me. And I've been dying to actually get her on a live and talk to her and find out what she's up to, because she's an interesting lady and she has so much going on. So Sascha, take it away. Introduce yourself there, girl.
I'm not prepared at all. So I also have a 10-year-old boy, but one, not 4 more, just 1 10-year-old boy who is homeschooled. So life is a little bit crazy trying to manage that between Tim and I doing different things. So my background is originally chemistry and then nutrition. I can't call myself a nutritionist officially because I'm not registered, but I did go through the program and have a huge passion for just anything to support love. Love is one of them, to support life, of which love is one of them. But nutrition, wellness, environment, relationships, anything, pregnancy, parenting, all of that stuff, because that's where it all starts. So for me, I want to help anybody just inspire. I used to do the client thing. I don't as much. I do some, but not as much, because I find a lot of people don't want to change. I just want to be the one that maybe drops a little idea and then maybe one day they'll come back to it. But with people that are willing to work with me, amazing. Because when they realize what they can do from inside, with just getting a little bit of guidance, it's amazing. So right now I work with a local company called New Earth Organics, and I've been with them for about 5 years. So medicinal mushrooms, tonic herbs. So I've been working with them. That's one of the things that I do. I also work with another local company called L.A. Bianca, organic skin oils, amazing, beautiful, amazing woman behind the line. There's so many amazing local people doing amazing things. So I also want to support them and help get the word out on those things, as well as I do my own teaching, classes, presentations, work with people one-on-one. And then I work a little bit in a store. So I got a lot going on. And then I'm home with my son whenever I can be. So it's kind of crazy, but it's an amazing thing that's really evolved over the years. I'm sure with you as well, too, being interested in nutrition and wellness. What you adapt to in your life and what you adopt in your life, it has changed over the years, and our ideas of what is true health has definitely evolved. I mean, there's some true things like organic eating has been in my life for years, basic things like that. But what I eat and how I eat has changed a lot, and how I recommend to other people too. So yeah, and that's some of it.
I know you're a big package of a lot of different interests. I'm the same way. I love, I think I'm a professional house woman. Like, I love household stuff. I love making bone broth. I love the domestic side of myself and the creative side of myself. And so I'm a lot like you. We knit, we do pottery. We are constantly on the go. We are constantly moving and changing, which I never want to stop doing that. Paul Chek calls it the golden thread, weaving our golden thread.
Yeah,
and and I feel like I am weaving my golden thread, and you are mirroring a lot of the stuff that I have done over the years. I can't even remember how I met you. or
We
why
met at the
did you
spring.
feel connected? Was it
We
only
met
at the spring?
At the spring. We
right.
met at the spring collecting water. You were there with John and Seth and I. Tim and Kai and I were there, and we all met at the same time. Years ago when the boys were little.
Yeah, they were just babies. Because how old's yours now? 10?
10, same age.
They're both the same age.
Yeah.
And then I've stalked you on social media for a very, very long time. I love that interview when you did with Daniel Vitalis. I was like, oh my gosh, she's doing an interview, and that was exciting. And so I think me and you both are on the same page in a lot of modalities and what we bring to the table. And what I've noticed is a real distinction in trying to find our balance, because we want to be a good mom. We want to enjoy the time that we have with our young families. But we also have this entrepreneur side to us where we want to share, and we would love, I would like to make more of an income doing that too. But it all comes at a cost. So it's trying to find that right rhythm that's right for us. And funny, we mentioned rhythm. It kind of segues us into what we were actually going to talk about today, which was rhythm of seasons, rhythm of the earth. I mean, it goes, when I'm counseling someone or coaching someone, I always talk about rhythm and the balances between them. I focus on the 4 doctors, the principles of Paul Chek, who I've got my personal training from many years ago. And he always talks about the 4 doctors. And he talks about Dr. Movement, Dr. Diet, Dr. Happiness, and Dr. Quiet. So when I'm assessing a client, I really try to embody all 4 of those doctors, because if you don't have balance between those 4, you can really get off kilter. And we all do. So it's something that as a human, as our human experience, we are going to not always be balanced, and that's okay. So one of the indications of this rhythm is our life outside the seasons, in which are such a blessing for us to actually, embed those rhythms in our lifestyle.
Yes. And now we're in the season of spring, and there's a definite shift in what we should be doing in terms of our activities, in terms of our food, in terms of our thought processes. Winter's a time to go within, maybe a little bit, have some warming soups, and then maybe create some ideas. And now spring is time to bring birth to those ideas, right? And to put things into action and not be so within anymore. But even food-wise, from a Chinese medicine perspective, we're in the season of the liver. And we know that our liver is hurting these days. And a lot of our problems that we're experiencing on a physical level, and even on an emotional level or an anger level or a decision-making level, are also having some of its roots in our liver health. So from that Chinese medicine perspective and these ancient medicinal modalities, and even traditionally in our part of the world, we were forced to live within the seasons because that was available to us. And we're not doing that anymore. We've really sterilized our nutritional recommendations in North American dietetics and nutrition, because we think, well, this food is good for me today, so that means it's good for me every day, and that means I should probably eat it most days of every day, of every month, of every year, which is not true. Just because a salad can be a lovely, nourishing food in the summertime is not necessarily what you should be eating in the wintertime, because if you want to support strong digestion, and we know digestion is really a problem for many, and if not most people these days, then that's not necessarily what you want to do in the middle of winter. I mean, I would recommend that over going through the drive-through at McDonald's, but it's still not a great choice. So living seasonally is huge to supporting thriving health throughout the year on so many levels, not just that organ, but so many levels. So we talk about microbiome. We talk about, where do we want to go with this? I could keep going and going and going.
Yeah. Well, no, I think that's really good. I wrote some notes down. If anybody actually wants to get some good information, go to yogahealer.com. She's amazing. Her name's Kate, and she has all these handouts, and there's a lot of free information out there that you can get from her site. I have them all printed up, and depending on the client, I use these as handouts. I mean,
Right.
they're already written. She's like an amazing, inspiring woman. So she talks about the different seasons and what to do. And a lot of times I need reminders. I need my little health posse, you know, to actually guide me and help me remind myself that, oh yeah, right, okay. Because why am I not feeling like eating? I don't even feel like eating lately. I don't know what it is.
That's normal.
And that's right. And so it's nice to have someone who is like-minded to go, yeah, that's okay, Lorna. It's normal. Like, I have no desire for fat or anything. So lots of liquids.
Yeah, and maybe we should look into that. So let's dive into that. So what would we be doing at this time of the year eons ago, when we didn't have planes trucking our food everywhere, when we didn't have things growing hydroponically, when we were actually eating with the season? We would be finishing our winter stores. We would be living off of our fat. This would be a great time to go into ketosis naturally through fasting, right? Yep. Which is a great preventative way to prevent future disease. And we would be, you know, looking, what are the animals doing? They're probably digging up some roots and shoots. There's going to be some dandelions going. I've got green onions growing. You know, there's these natural wild bitter greens that are growing right now, that are not huge caloric. They don't have huge caloric density, but they're really supporting liver health and gallbladder health, which is the season that we are in right now. And we need to really pay attention to that, because from a Chinese perspective, if we don't support our liver health, and then all of a sudden we have these nice days, we're out on the patio having a few drinks, eating some crap food, we have a greater ability to damage the liver, but we also have a greater ability to heal and move the needle positively for liver health if we address liver health. So that means reducing the caloric load, less fat, less protein. We're not building and up for the winter. We're time to lighten up the load for summertime, and the liver is expecting that. Right? Yeah. And then we'll feel lighter, we'll be happier, we'll digest more easily. You know, it's that time. And it's not just about detoxing, it's about nourishing the liver, but also that detox and increasing our capacity to detox, so that all of these tens of thousands of chemicals that we're exposed to constantly, the liver's more able to deal with those things, right?
Well, yes, and we have everything that we need to detox right here in our body. Mm-hmm. We don't need to look externally outside. So paying attention to, like, I wrote down a couple of the different, spring brings wonderful greens, lettuce, peas, artichokes, broccoli, asparagus. And these vegetables act like a diuretic. They have diuretic properties, and they help regulate the kidneys. Now, dandelion and artichokes are naturally bile thinners. So it thins your bile, which can transport a lot more toxins out of your body. So you got to kind of think of your system like we have a system, and it regulates and it works with the seasons. And it's very important to actually pay attention to just some little tweaks that you have to do in the spring. So what are your number one tips? Husband's here. What are a couple of your tips that would, like, what are you doing right now? Like, I have some mung beans sprouting.
Nice.
So, I know I've been eating mung beans the last couple days. I just felt intuitively I'm going to start sprouting. You know, I planted some seeds. I'm doing my sprouting. I'm drinking my apple cider vinegar with my nice lemon with a little bit of grated ginger in it. That's what I'm drinking right now. I'm drawn to that right now, which is really nice. And really keeping things pretty simple. Like, I'm not eating a lot. I'm not having any desire to actually eat fat. Like, you know, I'm definitely eating more ketogenic right now. As people know, I live a primal and a ketogenic lifestyle. And most of the time, living a ketogenic lifestyle 100% is not feasible for people that don't have diseases and stuff that have to be on the diet. So when I'm working with a client, I really want to get them into more of a primal diet, an ancestral diet, a seasonal diet, and it depending on what kind of issues they have going on. But I think it's really important to dip people in and out of a ketogenic diet in a way, or, you know, where we start actually producing our own ketones and we start burning our fat, our stored fat.
Right.
Yeah. And then this is the perfect time to do this, whether it's cleaning out your house or cleaning out your cupboards or doing some feng shui, which I've been doing a lot of. So I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff. I'm purging a lot of stuff, going in the closet. If I didn't wear it this winter, I'm passing it on to other people.
Nice.
I feel like I'm planting seeds. I'm drinking a lot of fluids, and I've got ideas popping out of my head like popcorn. So, you know, it's just putting them in, all these ideas that I was kind of like simmering on in the winter. I feel like this is the time that, you know, those seeds have been planted, they're germinating. Now we've got the sprouts coming up.
Exactly. Amazing. Amazing. That too. And I was actually forced into a bit of a spring cleaning because we had in-laws coming for Easter. So that was good to get me going with that. But it felt so good. Get that out of there. And in terms of nutrition, what I'm doing, like I start my day in the spring. I don't do lemon water all year round. I do a lot of lemon water. But in the spring, I can't get enough lemons. So for me, I'm buying 2 bags of lemons a week. I start my morning with lemon. I add in MSM, a great organic source of sulfur to help increase glutathione levels. It's actually shown to reverse liver damage, like due to solvent exposures in rats and mice. It's great for all sorts of different things, but it's a really great liver thing. So I put my sours and my bitters first thing in the morning. So I've got MSM in there. I've got lemon in there. I'm putting a little bit of aloe in there. And actually, I've got some hyaluronic acid. I just throw some hyaluronic acid liquid in there, and I drink that up. And that's my first drink, first thing in the morning. That I feel just helps to flush things. Gets the digestive system ready, right? When you have that acidity, whether it's apple cider vinegar or lemon. And then I'm loving apples, even though they're not a fruit of the season. They are something that could have been stored, and they do have a lot of effect on liver health. So some of the things that are more fall vegetables that can store are still good for you, like the beets. I've got some. I was going to bring my kvass. I forgot. I was going to pour myself a glass of kvass because I've got some beet kvass fermenting right now. Amazing food for the liver. So a lot less. So I don't touch salad in the wintertime. Now I'm eating a little bit of fish. Pardon?
I said I might actually do a video this week on how to make kvass for people because it's so easy.
That's easy.
A go-to. I'll do that.
I was going to do one too. You do it first. But it's so easy. So easy. It's awesome. Like beets, a little bit of salt, water, close it up. And then I just shake it every few days, like every day, a little bit. So it doesn't form anything on top. Amazing. And delicious. People think, ooh, it's going to be gross. But if you get it at the right time, I just find it's just delicious. So beet kvass, things like that. I've been having salads with a little bit of fish, a little bit of chicken. I'm not eating a lot throughout the day. I like my apples. I've been having my smoothie bowls in the morning, but with colder weather, I don't get attracted to that. It's cooler in these last few days, so I haven't been doing that. A lot more greens. I'm getting greens powders, green onions, leafy greens. I like having a little bit of bitters before my meals to help support that. But this is also the time where I'll probably start, I haven't yet, but I'll probably start once a week, maybe doing a 24-hour, 36-hour fast to help support that, just lighten the load on the liver, and maybe do a gallbladder flush. Some people love it, some people don't. I love gallbladder flushes. We have such a high rate of gallbladder surgeries in this part of the world. So many people are losing their gallbladders. Just get rid of it. You don't need it. It's not there for any reason. Well, it really is. And it's really important to absorb your fats and your fat-soluble nutrients and to be able to feel good when you eat because it stores and concentrates that bile. So really important. Also increasing my fiber right now because a really important thing with bile, what it does is it attaches to that fiber and then that fiber takes it up to the toilet. So all those maybe damaged or xenoestrogens that the liver has detoxed, we need to take that out. And if we're constipated and we're not regularly getting rid of that stuff, then we're going to reconcentrate that bile and that bile gets more and more toxic. And then we start getting things maybe coming out through our skin or we start having hormonal imbalances because everything gets backed up. We get bile sludge going in through our bile duct. We can't properly buffer the acid coming from our stomach. So our stomach will downregulate stomach acid production and then it just all sorts of digestive issues can occur. So it's a really important time to like, and now it's so much easier because the liver's expecting you to pay attention to it. So now it'll respond more easily. I mean, we can work on it at any time. And if we have liver issues, we should. But now we have the greatest ability to really support that liver, gallbladder health. So lemons, ghee in Ayurvedic medicine, nice grass-fed ghee, beautiful for the liver, but not huge amounts. Like I understand what you're saying. Like I like lowering the fat right now too. I usually make, some really rich, creamy, fatty elixirs, and I'm not doing that right now. I'm having chaga tea right now. If that's what I've got in here, a great mushroom to support liver health.
Yeah,
I'm
noticing that with me too. It's so funny because it's just innately what kind of happens. And I've been actually doing the same thing, intermittent fasting, working more. I was going to start a 24-hour fasting on Sundays, but I just didn't feel it this Sunday. And well, maybe it's because of this freaking weather that we have. Like, have you seen the snow? It's absolutely insane. So, go with your gut. I'm probably going to start that maybe next week. And usually I also do a 60-hour fast once a month. So I have that scheduled too, which I totally love. And that's a new thing that I've added this last 6 months to my regimen. And I've been loving it. It's just, It makes me feel so good. So yeah, I know for everyone, this sounds like a lot. I mean, we're dumping a lot of different stuff that you can do and me and Sascha have been doing this for many, many years. We cycle in out our MSM or, sometimes we do niacin flushes, I'm sure. And then we're cycling in our magic mushrooms and all, like we have so much stuff that we actually have in our entourage that I know you do, we cycle in and out. It's not like we do this every day. So for people, I think it's really important to maybe let people know, someone says our faces are frozen. I hope they're not frozen. I just noticed that people could write something there if anyone has any questions. Okay, here, I don't even know how to do it. Anyway, we won't worry about that. So maybe it would be a good idea to talk a little bit about, maybe 3 things that people can, implement this week. I mean, I do a lot of different things and so do you. So intuitively, I mean, I would say as far as the home life, plant some, do some sprouts. Sprouts are so easy. They're so yummy for you. You just take a little bit of seeds and soak them in water. And then here, I'll show you. I'm just going to show you something. Stay there, Sascha. So I have one of these, which makes it a lot easier. It goes right on a jar. Here, just one moment. And I should have prepared this, but this is live TV. So, and this is what I give Seth. I just give him a bowl of mung beans. So as you can see, they've sprouted and they literally take 3 days. These cute little things. They're so amazing. And I just give Seth a big bowl of these. That's it. And he sits there and munches on it. It's awesome. So you can get some mung beans, get something like this, or else you can even use a cheesecloth, put a rubber band on it, stick it in a jar, and you just soak it every couple times a day. And then you've got your sprouts. And they're beautiful on salads or in soups or just eat them like that. So I would suggest that people start to get back in the kitchen, do something little, like do some sprouts. Sprouts are expensive in the store and they're very inexpensive. So you'll be able to save money by just buying a bag of seeds. So that's kind of like a homemaker thing that you can actually do. Eat lighter. I think that would be another suggestion.
And green. Green is the color of the liver, so as much green as you can get in there.
Maybe even do some juicing. For some reason, the other day I was called to juice. I bought a whole bunch of celery, and I love celery juice with a little bit of smoked sea salt. It's my favorite, actually. I crave it. And so I haven't brought my juicer out all winter, and I'm like, I feel like juicing. Yeah, I'm going to buy some cucumbers and celery. I don't do a lot of fruit because I don't do any sugars. So, but a little bit of sea salt in there and you're good to go. So yes, definitely get your greens in. Maybe add a juice to your, for the next week or so.
Yeah.
Sprout some sprouts.
And also couple other things. So I would stop eating earlier. So we need to, like with the intermittent fasting kind of idea, we need to shorten that window of eating. Our liver has so many other things to do rather than digest the last meal that we just consumed. Yeah. So stopping eating earlier in the evening rather than that snacking, like doesn't mean you have to do it 7 days a week, but earlier is possible because there's a circadian. So I'm really interested in supporting and educating on circadian rhythm right now. And every cell, every organ has a circadian rhythm, meaning within that 24-hour cycle, there's different things that are more active, more sensitive, needing more attention. So if we're waking up between, say, 11 and 3 o'clock, 11 p.m., 3 o'clock in the morning, this is liver and gallbladder time. And they're talking to you and they're saying, I need some attention here. Stop, feed me better. Don't eat so late because I have other things to do. So when people, and it's hard sometimes, we have these crazy lives, but then I tell people, if you're not going to get home for dinner by a certain time, eat a really good meal early in the day if you feel that you're not going to be able to survive the night. And eat a bigger meal and then maybe something lighter later on. Right? So not so much because the liver has so many other jobs. It has over 500 distinct functions, of which I'm sure there's many, many more that we don't even realize. So if you're feeling quick to anger, your hormones are imbalanced, you feel nauseous after a meal, you're not sleeping properly, you have skin issues and allergies. This is allergy season right now. Why does it get worse right now? Because it's liver season. So when we decongest the liver, then all of these other things can improve and possibly and most probably go away with overtime. So just stopping eating earlier in the morning is not only good for liver health, it's going to improve everything.
Yeah, close down your eating window. And also what I suggest to people, if it feels like too much, just start with even Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or even start with Tuesday and Thursday. See how much better you feel when you're lying in bed. Really pay attention to your body and how it feels and how empty it feels. Now, what I suggest usually, if you're having dinner at 4 o'clock, the other day, me and John just had fish. That's all we had. We just had a piece of nice fish with some homemade mayonnaise, and that's all we ate. And I really paid attention when I was in bed. It's a really good thing to check yourself. Check how's your body feeling? And then really pay attention to how you wake up the next day, because our day after is a true reflection of what we ate the day before. So you have to do you want to have a really good day tomorrow? Let's have a really good day by giving our body a break and time to actually heal itself. And if you can only do that once a week even, and what I suggest to people is everyone has their phone. So when you finish eating, brush your teeth, floss, do your, baking soda and apple cider vinegar, which is totally fun to do. I love that. Or just gargle with some salt water and call it a day. Call it a day. Have some warm water. Drink some nice light tea, maybe. I guess maybe dandelion tea would actually be a good idea. Dandelion tea would be, something kind of a bitter tea. And just do it once, just one day. Let's try it. So, and you know what? I think it'd be awesome if people would just sit down and write 3 things that they're getting out of this video with us that they can start doing next week or tomorrow or tonight. I really think it's important writing stuff down, thinking about it, and then executing it. So I think that would be a really good tip, is to eat sooner and give yourself a nice big break for that liver to do what it's supposed to be doing.
And not even listening, but it's really important now.
Oh, you're breaking up. Oh, we lost her. Oh, that sucks. Maybe she'll come on. She'll come on again. That's crazy. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to talk a little bit. So I think what's important is to get your greens in. Get your greens in, eat lighter, get to bed early. I think bed, getting to bed early. I know it's kind of difficult out there with the beautiful sun that's staying out a lot later nowadays, but I need to get to sleep. I love getting to sleep early. Ask John, he's constantly rolling his eyes. But I don't know if Sascha's going to jump on. We might just end it here. I hope you guys had some takeaways from this. Oh, maybe she'll come on again. Ah, there she is.
There I am. Hello?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Your face is frozen, but I can hear you.
Oh, darn. It's not frozen here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's my connection.
Can you hear me? We can hear you.
Okay. I'm just going to say a couple more things that I want to say before something could happen again is getting outside. So rate of healing and rate of breakdown in our system. So that not eating is also going to help with our replenishing our gut layer and healing that gut. Because there's things, okay, sure, gluten, like there's all these things that they're saying is causing leaky gut. But I really believe we have the innate ability to digest most things. We've just lost it due to environmental pollutants, Roundup, glyphosate, right, pesticides, herbicides, anything like that. But if we leave more time to not eat, we leave more time to heal and reheal and restore. And that's really important that we're not doing. And one last thing I just want to say, and then I'll stop, because there's so many things you can talk about, but I don't want to overwhelm people. But this one might be easier for people, is to go outside in different environments and breathe the air. Because we have different microbes that are out and about at different times of the year, and different environments carry different microbes. And we're all talking about this microbiome stuff right now, which affects our gene expression and the right diversity or a bigger diversity. So if we can go to Canmore and breathe the air there, if we can go down, somewhere in the foothills and breathe the air there, we can go to the riverside, breathe the air there. We are exposing ourselves to different microbes, and we breathe those in, and then we populate ourselves and repopulate ourselves with a bigger microbial diversity. And so seasonally, if we do that, we expose ourselves to different microbes, which we also expose ourselves to different microbes when we eat the foods of the seasons that are available. So that apple in the fall has different microbes on it than those raspberries in the summer. And that's another really major reason to expose ourselves to different environments and different foods in those seasons.
That's
because we are microbes.
I love that. Every time I go for a hike or a walk, we're constantly picking the juniper berries or, little flowers, little leaves, getting in your environment and exposing your child, your children, and yourself to that microbiome. It's an amazing thing to do for yourself, and it's so healing. Thank you for pointing that out. That's an awesome tip. So we basically have get out in nature, go for a walk, breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe in all those microbes, and give yourself time to heal your gut. We are so bombarded with everything that Sascha just mentioned. It can be overwhelming. And especially as we get older, we're just not able to do what we were doing before, and what was working then is not working anymore because we're taxing our body way too much. So, and I brought it up while you were gone, but sleep, get some sleep, get to bed earlier. It's one of my favorite things to do. I have yellow lights everywhere. I have these little night lights that are salt lamps everywhere in my house. So my house glows at night, and I get very peeved off if my husband turns on the light in the bathroom at night. I'm like, don't turn on that light. I need to get this. I'm kind of a freak because I love the yellow light at night and getting rid of electronics an hour before you go to bed. These are all challenges that we all have nowadays, but the importance of sleep, get to bed early. It's very important for your children, for their behavior, it's for my health. So I would say sleep, get out for a walk, eat some wild plants out there, drink some herbal teas at night, like dandelion and maybe some more bitters and stuff. And do some sprouts. Have some fun with your kids. You know, do some sprouts. Kids love watching things grow. I mean, I just still can't believe it. We got peas growing over there, and holy shit, these leaves grow out of freaking nowhere. It's just such a miracle that you should really pay attention to. Like, just to see them grow, I swear, like, it's just beautiful. It's just miraculous.
It is. My garden amazes me every single freaking day, because so many things that we eat are actually seeds. All you need to grow a corn plant is a grain of corn. All you need to grow a stalk of peas is a pea. Like it's like sunflower. It's amazing, right? And all that intelligence in that tiny little thing that turns into something massive. It's amazing. I know.
It blows my mind.
Yes.
Like, it really freaks me out. Like, holy. I'm just like, yesterday it was like this big. Now it's that big. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it just grows out of, I mean, it's just miraculous.
It is.
And that, so I think it's important for everyone, even if you're not doing a garden, do some sprouts.
Yeah.
Do some sprouts for your children, for yourself, so you can actually really see life. You know, it's almost like, you know, when I watch my plants grow, I can see the potential that I have. Like, I have so much potential. Like, when I watch that miraculous process of a plant growing, that gives me inspiration to grow. Nice. So I think that's really important to have something growing in your house.
Totally.
So, okay, so we have do some sprouts, get to bed early, eat earlier.
And later.
And later.
Lighter. And later. Earlier and later. Lighter.
That's right. Lighter. Lots of green.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one? Get out in nature.
Get outside. Yeah. Out of the city. Out of the city. Easier for you. I'm not as good. You're so good for that. You guys get out so much, but I used to be a lot better, and I need to improve on that as well. Get back out to the mountains weekly like I used to. Get out just as much as you can. Even within your city, find some parks. If you're not getting out to the mountains, you know, go to the river. Go. There's some really nice parks here in Calgary, if you're in Calgary, wherever you are. Just,
get out.
You know, just get out and breathe it, except for the pollution.
So, you know what I want people to do? Go check out, you can check out my website, which is lornahartley.com. And you can check out and see whatever else I'm got on the go. But also maybe post down below, you know, a couple of things that you're going to implement this week. Even take a picture of yourself out in nature and share it with everyone who's watched this video to inspire someone else to do something. Take a picture of yourself, your sprouts, and, you know, let's build a little bit of a community where we can interact and do more of a positive domino effect with everyone. Mm-hmm. So, you know, don't be afraid to engage. Sometimes when I do these lives, it's like crickets. It drives me insane. I get very nervous, and I'm like, am I even making a difference? So, like, I don't even know. You know what I mean?
Lorna, you are an inspiration. You are definitely making a big difference, for sure.
So sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean? Like these, you know, we're really reaching out here to try to help everyone and to support people. We just want everyone to be healthier and happier, right? That's all we want. And to inspire people. You know, we have a wealth of information, me and Sascha, in our brains that, you know, we have lots of tools in our toolbox that we can pull out. And not every client is the same. So even all this stuff that we just talked about, we would only address a certain amount of stuff with people. We are definitely not overwhelming our clients. We're trying to do step by step, one little step at a time, climbing that mountain.
That's the thing. So one thing. Start with one thing. If you can't do three. One thing.
Yeah, please. One thing. And you'll see your life starting to change. Oh boy, my son's here. My 18-year-old.
Oh.
Okay, well, I think this is, do you want to finish with anything, Sascha?
I think we're good. I think we're good. I'm still updating my website. Well, I have a website that was started for other reasons, and then I'm revamping. My website is in1generation.com.
I love it.
And I started it because when I had Kai, I was like, this is ridiculous. Nobody's talking about how important and crazy it is to make a person inside of you and raise them, and, you know, and just to be there to bring forth this life. And so for me, I feel like if we start making some major changes soon, and it's going to take some radical shifts soon, because when you look at the stats, they're pretty scary in terms of life on Earth and how many species we lose. We lose one species every 20 minutes on the planet. So we've lost, how long have we been on here for? We've lost like 2 species on the planet right now in this call. That's crazy. So we do need to make some major decisions, but it starts with one thing and one step forward. So for me, I really feel that if we live this and we can teach this to our children within one generation, it's a radical difference. So that's where the name comes from. So I'm just modifying it to bring in more of also my nutrition stuff, because it's really focused on parenting and pregnancy and all that. But now it's more. And what I do is more around that as well too. So yeah, so that's where I'm at these days. I'm on Facebook at my own Sascha Kalivoda page. And yeah, and then we're going to do more of this, right? We're going to get more of this and start talking more about, you know,
I
what we
would
can
love
do.
to, like, we're going to have a conversation about commitment and actually coming together I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed coming together with a certain subject. And, you know, I think maybe people hopefully have got a bit of a gist of who we are, and maybe they're going to go check us out. And, you know, it's kind of like a first date, you know, we're just having drinks. We had a couple of drinks together, and now, you know, if you're really liking what you're seeing, you can always comment down below what you would like us to talk about, because, you know, it's really important that we keep this going and keep on spreading, you know, all this good information and what's going on with us. So any suggestions, comment down below. I'm looking forward to, I mean, I would love to do this once a week with you, Sascha. We'll definitely talk about your timeline and what's going on. I'm also thinking like May and June is kind of our months to actually, I feel for me, I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff May and June. And then July and August is really a time for family. Like, you know, our kids are out of school. Your child might be taking a little bit more of a break. I wish I could homeschool Seth, but he's in a really nice school, Alpine Glow School. It's a really good school. So I'm really grateful and thankful that he has that. But you know, we do a lot of camping. We do a lot of taking time out, and Seth doesn't go to any babysitters or anything. So it's pretty full on once the summer hits. So I'm thinking the next 2 months, if we could get some commitment of, you know, me, I would like to show up more for people and get some kind of content out there and build up on, what's the next, what's coming for the next couple months.
Nice. And I just quickly clicked on comments, and there is one question there about cooking the greens from Sylvie. Yeah. If you go to see all, so it's, she asked.
Okay, go. Okay.
And yeah, definitely. Cooking so it's not a time for fully raw. It's time for introducing some raw, but also cooking the greens. Great. So if you have very weakened digestion, you might not be able to eat the raw greens at all, especially depending what kind they are. So definitely cooking the greens would be a great thing to do. So I just wanted to address that quickly since I just discovered it. So yeah. Or lightly, even if you want to have a salad, but you can do like a warm salad, like a warm or regular salad with beets. Yum. You know, something like that. So yeah, it's a combo for both, but if you need to cook, cook.
Yeah, I always like cooking my greens. It helps.
It does.
Yep. Yeah, I remember back in the days when I did raw food. Did you ever do the raw food?
Not 100%, but largely raw. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a lot of raw food. A lot of dates. Oh my gosh, the carbohydrates that I was eating must have been insane. But not so much anymore. But yeah, there is definitely a purpose for blanching your vegetables. Yep. Yeah, definitely. Keep them nice and green, but yeah, get those vegetables in. I put lots of either ghee and sea salt on them. I mean, And if they're good vegetables, good organic vegetables, they will taste lovely. My son eats tons of vegetables, and it's because I buy good vegetables.
So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions? You guys just post them, and me and Sascha will definitely check it out over the next little while. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that I just reached out and finally did it. So let's kind of look at your calendar, my calendar, and figure out what kind of works for you. And maybe we can show up and commit to once a week, or, you know,
that'd be cool.
Whatever you want to give me.
Okay. Let's do it. Thank you, Lorna. I really appreciate this. It's been great. Okay.
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 Love you.
Okay.
Bye.
You too. Bye.